Okay, there we go. Stairway back up, jeez. And yes, Philping saying, would you say you've been getting shafted? Takes off sunglasses to reveal sunglasses underneath. Very much so, my friend, very much so. And that sounds very likely. You doubt anyone uses slings these days? Not of the traditional kind as much either, because so many people nowadays, if you were to mention the idea of slingshots, I feel like a lot of people would think of the modern rendition of it, which is, you know, elastic string between two prongs that you pull back, versus the more traditional rotating sling like we're talking here. Jeez Louise, this polar bear is going to be the death of me. Well, fortunately, we do have a lot of healing potions at least, so I'll just drink one of those. Of course, right as the bear dies. Just classic luck, but hey, better safe than sorry, and I'm glad Hal didn't get mauled by a bear. Is the Lek Dagger worth considering? Not a stupid fast, but more damage. I should probably give more thought into it. I have been using the speed mostly just to... In my head, I was thinking that it would proc Uskaya a little bit faster, just because we're getting more hits in per turn. I'm trying to think of how that works out. I don't know actually off the top of my head how the piety scales off of damage versus applying damage in general. So that is definitely an important thing that I probably should know, but not off the top of my head here. I still like keeping it around the electric brand for some specific enemies that we may run into. Those being armored ones that don't happen to also have ridiculously high AC, so gargoyles notwithstanding. But here, we can even maybe try it out here. Only getting a couple hits. Not a great example here, because I think we'd be fine no matter what against the wolf pack. Definitely at least close enough that that felt inconclusive. Switching in that fight didn't feel like I changed the pacing of it that much. Of course, just how I feel isn't exactly a great way of measuring things, not the most scientific of processes, but maybe we can keep reevaluating as we go here. Like, these buddies are undead, resistant to Lek at all? No. Oops. That doesn't do it. We have to manually switch to our electric blade. But I do think that this is actually a decent example. The Wraiths. Probably a good time for me to be using the electric brand. That seemed to go a lot smoother than our very first encounter with one. No, don't really attack with that. I'm sorry. Switching to hunting slings. And doing it the old-fashioned way. There we go. I lied. Back to the dagger. Backstabs all around. Just for that effect alone, I am really enjoying Uskaya. It's made it kind of a weird situation where Hal here isn't strong enough to beat a lot of these fights, but we just have to be strong enough to survive until we get the mass paralysis, and then we can just completely wreak havoc with a dagger. What a wacky situation or playstyle. At some point, hopefully, we'll not be quite in dire straits the entire time. Because ideally, I would probably prefer just not having to come close to death in each and every fight. From how I understand video games, that's just a better option overall. Not dying being the general goal. Look, just go to Elf and grab a quick blade of distortion. I'm sure we won't go to the abyss trying. Oh, definitely not. In fact, that sounds like a brilliantly straightforward and simple plan with no room for error. Oh, Jesus Louise. Okay. Nessos. What are we gonna do with you, buddy? You can even haste as a centaur, so you can get ridiculous speeds going. +1 longbow of flame is absolutely no good to be fighting against. We have 2 scrolls of fog, so we could always just smoke the place up here, hotbox the lair a bit, and see if that helps out. What else is at our disposal? Polymorphine is actually not bad. A swamp dragon wouldn't be fantastic, not what I'd want to fight here, but a dream sheep or an ogre? Let's try it out. Only 46% chance to work. And of course we turn you into a swamp dragon. Fantastic. Lovely work. How does that change things? I mean, at least that's better than Nessos's arrows, because we at least have poison resistance. Oh, we're pretty close to being in range for an acid too. Do you know what? I'm feeling good about this now. We're gonna just acid wand the crap out of the dragon. Now I was just talking about feeling good. It's only been 1 turn, but I've changed my mind. I do not feel so good. What's my best strat for taking care of you, buddy? Run back a wee bit here. We'll go 1 more charge of acid, see where that brings you down. You are at half health at the very least. Not weak to anything, which is the unfortunate part of this whole shebang here. If I could poison Nessos the dragon, then that would definitely work out for us. Just in terms of using our usual curare and runaway strategy. But instead, what shall we do? Could lean into the fight fully with like a haste or something. What do you hit close range? 20 plus 11 plus 11, so that's 42. Not fantastic. That's not a one-hit death, which is usually how I judge everything in this game. So let's try that. If I polymorphed you again, what would you turn into? Not great stuff. Glowing Orange Brain would be brutal. Moth of Wrath would be brutal. Yeah, let's not do that today. And think about this for a second. You have about 30 health, probably. Give or take. Sneck is also coming and will be breathing down our neck right away. Let's run back. Get to a hallway. Perfect. I'd like to only deal with one of you sons of guns. Oh, this actually will give us piety. Oh, this might work out nicely. Let's fight the snake for a bit, hoping to get paralysis, and then we'll jump in and take out Nessos here. Hey, would you look at that? Like clockwork, exactly as we planned. Love to see it. As we perforate Nessos like a sieve. I couldn't have put it better, game. I guess sieve is how that's actually pronounced. So I definitely couldn't have put it better, seeing as how I can't even pronounce that right. But I will definitely take that. A satisfying conclusion to the encounter at the very least. And our first evocable item is going to be a nice little get here. An early potential panic button at the very least. We also have been carrying around a pair of gloves, but haven't bothered to put them on. Huh. It's 1 AC that we've been missing and not knowing about it. Switch that now, and the other thing we can do to free up some inventory space is probably to burn some of these scrolls of identify, figure out what a bunch of this crap is. We have some scrolls of amnesia, we have some scrolls of random uselessness, not usefulness. Honestly, the scrolls of random uselessness aren't totally useless, because at least when I finally get them identified, it frees up a much needed inventory space. When it comes to my playstyle, I feel like that's almost more useful for my sanity than some of the more tangible benefits the game hands you. But okie dokie, that frees up a couple spaces even with the new ring going into our inventory. Let's maybe even see what a couple of these fancy dancy rings do. Ring of Intelligence can just hit the floor. I don't think we'll be worried too much about that. We're we're dumb and proud of it as hell, you know? So back on the road, I guess. So I don't know where that one butterfly came from. How cute. Onwards we go. That's a mechanic that I miss from earlier versions of Crawl here. Is in the version previous to this, 0.25. And before. I used to always grab the Summon Butterflies spell because it was so easy to get castable. In fact, I believe that's why it was taken out, because it's extremely easy to get castable, and it is an amazing counter to any line of sight enemies in the game, which includes all malmutators. So anytime you ran into a mutating enemy back in the day, you just pop up a cloud of butterflies around you, and all of a sudden they couldn't hit crap through the medley of bodies. Definitely was a pretty snazzy solution to the whole ordeal. Okay, four-headed Hydra, that's not too bad. Based on our past couple games, I'm used to our first Hydra we encounter having 10 heads and scaring the crap out of me, so I'll take this. Even, yeah, burn up a few of my wands here maybe. Oh, we should switch to the dagger for as soon as they're knocked out. Make sure we're perforating those bad boys like sieves the way we do. Maybe we do need stealth. We just one-hit a Hydra. That is true. And in fact, something that I just saw, I think on the Reddit the other day, was a little gif of somebody doing a sneak attack off on an orb of fire. So that wouldn't be too bad for sure. And we do have some bonuses to stealth on this character. I think all in all, we've managed to, as a team, fully convince my brain that it has to happen. Just have to survive the Komodo dragon that we so stupidly just kept trying to fight face to face here. In fact, you're not resistant to poison. I will use the Curari Dart on you. Perfect. Thank you kindly, Komodo dragon. Just makes me feel a little more comfortable. We can soften you up. Didn't go very well, if we're being honest with ourselves. Maybe acid wand charge. Hoping to get the acid effect on the Komodo dragon there. Fortunately, no such luck. Switching over to Wand of Ice Blast. Really just pulling each and every trick out of our bag here. Tossing out everything you can possibly think of. Throw in the face of that big ol' lizard. Here we go. I am burning through my sling bullets a little more quickly than I would like here. And that is with pretty much only using them to fight the stronger encounters or things that scare me. So we'll have to see how our stores hold up over the next little bit. There are no really great guaranteed areas for replenishing those. Shoals is probably our best bet because of all the satyr herds. But we shall see. And we also didn't get shoals, so never mind. We have swamp and snake, we already know. So no extra sling bullets for us. We'll just have to hopefully come across them in the dungeon. We shall see. But before we head down further, I wanted to reconfigure skills. Take a peek in here. It's been a wee bit. All of our defensive stuff is coming online nicely, and invocations is also ramping up there, which is good. Nice. And what to do next? Probably should throw some points into dodging and even armor as well. Having all good aptitudes and defensive skills is a big plus on the side of the Halfling here. So, let's in fact do that. I'll put on dodging maybe at just low level here. And invocations, should I cap you out at 10 for now? Maybe turn off fighting for now? That might be okay. We'll give it another peek in the future here, depending on how things shake out. And, holy moly, that is layer 5 now. Didn't even realize where we were at in the game. Not too bad. I think we'll peek down. I think ideally there is a better flow list of encounters you should do here. Because I feel like most people, you do lair down to 5, and then you do like some of the outside dungeon, and then you come back for an S branch, and then finish lair. Like, it's a very complex series of events. Jeez Louise, polar bears are very, very scary. In fact, let's start running while we're the same speed as the polar bear. In fact, based on the story we were telling earlier, maybe that buddy I was talking about thought they could outrun a bear because of video games. Because here we are, outrunning a bear. Would you look at that? And it's a polar bear. I can't even imagine the strength and speed it takes to run at the same speed as a polar bear. Especially when your legs are as short as Hal's here. But okie dokie. Got around a bit here. Let's switch over to electric dagger. Maybe that was slightly better. I feel like I have maybe been incorrectly balancing the two daggers here in my head, because the dagger of speed probably runs into even more issues against those armor class enemies than we would with the electric dagger. Also, I got pushed off the stairs because I am an idiot. Let's not go down these stairs again, shall we? Mark it with an exclusion just to remind my stupid brain. Don't do that. And head to a different downstairs, shall we? The standard path, according to LearnDB, is to do lair, then down to D12, then orc, D15, to the S tier, S layer 3, elf 1, 2. Wow, that's super in-depth and definitely makes sense. No. Definitely the ideal way to go about things. My personal route very much more so falls along the lines of, jeez Louise, I try and walk up to the 6-headed Hydra. Oh, it's sick if it works, but I feel like this buddy's gonna shoot at me and make noise. Damn. But yeah, my path is very much more straightforward. It's like, hit lair, go all the way through lair, you'll be fine. If lair 6 is scary, just run away. Wonder why I die on so many characters. Couldn't possibly be my routing though, nothing like that. But okay, there's one backstab against the 6-headed Hydra. Took about half its health, not too bad. I mean, now I'm scared for my life, of course. Let's maybe take a step back out of Oak-Claw range at the very least. Yeah, I very much layer to 6, then I just pick an S branch. Usually do it all the way, then kind of explore around. For whatever reason, I find layers like 11 through 15 of the dungeon so much scarier than they actually are. Okie dokie. For the Hydra here, what I'm thinking of doing is trying a throwing net. Dang it, we missed. I was hoping to catch the Hydra in the throwing net, then get a couple of quick stabs in. Seemed like it might be nice. Oof, because this is, yep, going to be quite rough. Let's step once back to the stairs. Let's maybe even start throwing wands at the problem again. In fact, there we go. That was the quick and easy, dirty solution there. One wand of acid charge does the trick for us here. Okay, let's make sure not to engage these buddies at the same time. Actually, what's your chance of petrifying me? 11% chance. Still not fantastic. Again, the main issue there being that if we manage to get petrified, we lose out on all of that sweet, sweet evasion that we rely so much on in our average day-to-day life here on the run. Ooh, and now with both these buddies lining up, I'll definitely use a piercing acid. Try my best to get through them. Don't petrify me, don't petrify me. Keeping a close eye on the slightest chance that I get petrified. Jeez Louise. Fun stuff. I also think that I should officially rebind my electric dagger to be there, because I've been forgetting to use that instead of my speed dagger. Since it seemed like it got us through the elephant fight. It's a lot smoother than the speed dagger. Whether that's colloquial, anecdotal evidence or not, we'll have to see, but Jeez Louise. Well, that got real rough real fast as we got pushed around and encased in ice all at once. Oh my gosh, and it just continues. My, oh my. Okie dokie. So before I get myself killed, let's slow down just a wee bit here, shall we? Perfect. What does frozen do exactly is my question here. I believe it slows us down when we move or something silly like that. One of those game mechanics I should know because you run into these buddies in every single successful game. I was going to say every single game, but many games don't make it to lair. But for whatever reason, I'm just usually okay. Just make it through. But yes, it does slow the target's movement. That makes sense. Okie dokie. So let's maybe stop taking silly steps, shall we? These buddies do 25 damage max. You're gonna do a lot of damage max. That's at least halved thanks to our resistances, but still not fantastic. We have 2 blink scrolls. Dum-de-dum. He has frozen status that does slow the target movement for 3 turns. I did unfortunately think so. Yeah, it's safe. It also pitching in there. It's move speed, but not action speed, which is good to know. I guess the one advantage to moving is that we do get the acrobat effect. So I'm actually gonna do some sidestepping maneuvers there, get through, and we're no longer frozen even. Oh gosh, dang it, we're doing so well. Okay. Now, Elephant Buddy could kill us. I'll use 1 potion of healing. Crap. That's really unfortunate to get pushed off the stairs as well, because I was hoping to just drink that and then hop upstairs. Maybe, just maybe, we could try teleport. We're on layer 6, so if we get teleported into the end vault, things aren't going to be great for us, to say the least. But I believe. Okay. Where's the safest place for me to hide now? Nowhere, really. I guess on the spot is all we really got, right? Oh wait, crap, the elephant saw me. Bad start, bad start. Oh no. Oh no, there's... Oh gosh, why? They're everywhere. They're on all sides. Okay, we're still in an okay place health-wise. Come on, Hal, keep dodging. You can do it, bud. Get some good breaths going. Make sure I'm taking deep breaths as the pressure just refuses to let up here. Jeez Louise. Also, yeah, I think Railbird, I think it expired, but I do have just over here the ability to add Lomlobot into chat now, because I have been trying to do that lately, so that you don't have to copy and paste the flash for these next time. So just pop over here. We'll quickly add that bot to chat, just in case anyone wishes to look up the crawl database stuff for information live here. And nice save from Railbird, thank you kindly. Definitely can't take all the credit, seeing as how I put myself into that dangerous situation. Okie dokie. Oh man, we're sneaking up on everything. Okay. That's all luck-based, because we haven't trained there, of course. But it makes me want to turn off invocations for the time being, and let's train up a little bit of stealth. I guess walking up to sleeping enemies and getting that initial backstab off is also really nice for giving us an initial investment of piety in a sense. We can start the fight off with that like first few pips gained through backstabs, especially if we can fight through multiple enemies doing backstab shenanigans, and then we can potentially, I wonder if you can get up to full pips of piety with Uskaya without waking an enemy. Just silently kill a bunch of popcorn and then teleport behind the Panlord and slice their throat. It sounds pretty badass in my books. Geez, the fighting those guys at 40% HP balls of steel. Yeah, some would say that. I mean, I think most people would just say that I'm kind of stupid. Which is the side that I usually tend to agree with and argue towards. But I'll take it, yeah. We want to go the more courageous route. Who am I to say no? Jeez Louise, that frozen ability hits real hard every time. As the blink frogs begin to surround us. Oh my gosh, and polar bears. Oh my. What a world we live in. Okay, hopefully the blink frogs push the polar bear. Perfect. Trying to refine who we take up the stairs using the monster's speeds to our advantage. Not too bad. Nothing personnel, kid. Exactly. That's the spirit of Uskaya here. Is what I've heard. We haven't had the opportunity yet to do it ourselves, but one of these days. Not too shabby. We'll see if we can hopefully run into some of those encounters we left behind in a more promising condition. But, full inventory already. Me oh my. Let's identify some stuff. Well, Brain was just supplying investigate, which isn't wrong. We are investigating things too. But when there's a name that the game uses for these things, it's more useful for me to use those, I think. But let's start seeing what some of this crap is. Cancellation potions are always really nice. As well, 1 scroll of fear might save our life in the future, so I'll take that. And, ooh, doubly so for the scroll of summoning that we just identified as well. That's a big lifesaver. Just because it will always bring in monsters that are the equivalent strength of wherever we are, so definitely scales nicely in that regard. For the bees here, as long as we don't wake up the queen bee, I think I'm okay with this. Oh crap, Amelia. Never mind, we're running into this hallway first. The Melier, I was expecting to come around the corner too, and that's what scared me because they're able to smite. So getting smite targeted constantly while trying to get through this fight would have been a pain in the butt. Oh, there she is. Hello? Hello, Melier. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me kindly. Dang it. Oh, we just didn't get off the backstab there, but holy crap. I didn't even realize how strong the shared pain thing is. I just attacked the Melier there and killed everyone around us. I guess, yeah, if you want to use daggers, but you also love the cleave effect damage, or the cleave effect of axes, why not get both with Uskaya? Worship today. Also, crap. It's that smiting nonsense we were just talking about. It's already starting to take its toll. And the queen bee has also joined the fight, which means she will, I think, enrage or give might to these buddies, which is not good. So, what proactive stuff can we do to either run from the fight or to make the fight not so bad? If we just get up to a couple more PD, we do start slashing through these buddies again and get up to pain bond, yada yada. What do you smite for? I feel like it's too much damage is the answer. But at least not 48. Oh, and now you're berserk, so you can no longer smite me. Oh my gosh. It's a dream come true. So maybe, just maybe, we can put everyone to sleep at the perfect timing here. Oh gosh, that's not quite what I wanted. 10, so you're dealing like 15. Not horrible. This guy will force people to stop and watch us dance, but also didn't. Hello? Uskaya? Are you okay? I know the berserked buddies, I could see them not getting stunned, but hello? Everyone else? No? Okay. Don't like that. That's very scary, especially if you come up to me. You're hitting way harder. Oof. So scary. So scary. With 25 health on us now, we could try and net this bee. Pretty bad odds of it working. Let's see, 47% chance to hit. But that would allow us to potentially run away. Could also use haste. I don't like that we're still at 2 haste, and pretty much every time that I've debated using a haste for this very kind of situation, we've just been at that 2. It's not looking great for consumable counts in the future. But it would be nice not to use too many healing potions and the like as well, of course. Haste or might. One of those could help us get through the fight faster, but we are already pretty low in health. So maybe we should go a bit more on the defensive, stay alive side of things. Hum-de-dum. Dang you bees. Not the bees and all that. The issue is that if we run for the stairs here, I think everyone catches up and surrounds us, which is not good. Railbird suggests enslavement. That's actually pretty solid, especially since I will not use this enslavement wand later on in the run. So let's try that out, shall we? Oh crap. This guy prepares the audience for my solo. Just as we do that. Shared pain as well. Oh, dang it. Not quite the damage output we wanted at the end there. The paralysis wearing off just as mattered. But we'll try the enslavement again. See if that buddy can protect us. Oh gosh, just immediately gets taken out. Let's try Box of Beasts. And okay, I think even a berserked buddy isn't going to kill me. The greed to save it. I know, I keep thinking I can make it through this fight, especially everyone gets paralyzed and I get giddy, you know? I can't help it. Maybe that's why Skya loves me so much though, because I'll do anything to keep the dance going. But okay, let's do a healing potion. Use my summon as a bit of a distraction, maybe, just maybe. Not a very good distraction, if we're being honest with ourselves. But let's hop in here. Take these 3 up with us, shall we? Oh, Jesus Christ, that almost killed me. I guess you're each dealing like upwards of 15 damage. That makes sense. OMG indeed, Railbird. Yeah, I did not think that one through fully. Probably should have waited a turn, but still okay. Still alive. Fear might not do the trick, especially if enragement deals with anything nasty there. Might just have to be a blinking. And even then, it's no guarantee that we make it out of this in one piece. Let's see, what exactly does this do? Since Shockwave damages it by a fraction of its current health, so it will never kill anyone. That's good to know. Stomp is only really good against high health enemies. But that is fine. Just going through the usual list here of combinations. We know that Blinking Scroll is probably our go-to. Even Heal Wounds I don't think quite does the trick here. And it would hurt dearly to die for no reason with escapes in our inventory and possible. So, yeah, Railbird agreeing. Don't think fear is working here. Even without any other shenanigans, it's still a percentage chance. Pretty good percentage against a single will pip creature, but still a chance that things go sour there. So I think we will resort to a blink. Oh right, the only thing that I wanted to potentially check is what's down here. That's the polar bear. Because we still have to deal with these bees, even after single blink. Whether that be healing up for a bit, or if I wouldn't want to blink away again is the thing. We could teleport though. Blink then telly, something like that. 3 tiles away if you blink to the edge of line of sight close to the stairs. Yeah, exactly. Not too bad there whatsoever. But I think I will blink away. Oh crap, the bees don't see me. Oh, now they see me. Okay, so let's drink that, or read a teleport scroll. We do have to survive a couple of turns here. My risky brain says that with damage reduction, there's no way we die in one hit, but we could. So, gonna use a curing potion. Oh no, they just got slowed. I had a chance. No, that's good to run away. That is all good. Happy there. Would have been fine even with the bee hitting us, or if the bee had hit us, I think we would have been okay. Probably not the best work we've ever seen or done, but hey, got the job done at the very least. Let's go finish off these stragglers wherever the heck we left them lying around. Oh, right, over there we go. This is a bit closer. It's not gonna be worth it to forget the entire floor and re-explore the entire thing, so I was hoping to just run into them all there, but geez Louise, still not fast enough. Yeah, it was close to being the case, Railbird, for sure, and save to continue the fight, just barely by the skin of our teeth. And you know that I was just gonna head immediately down that same stairway, but okay, let's play it smart, shall we? Let's go here. Let's peek around. Just look at this like beautiful corridor where we could fight bees. So Naya. Perfect. Okay. And there we go. Much more our speed. Single berserk bee with the queen. There we go. Love to see it. Oh me oh my. Look at all the dead yaks too. They've managed to amass quite the body count, this beehive. Costly in terms of consumables, you're not wrong there. Especially when we're looking pretty light on certain consumables. But hey, we've managed to get this far with that kind of play. We can do it again. No, very much underestimating the bees there. Should have retreated out, especially when the queen showed up, and knowing that we also had the Melialize to deal with there. Smiting us through the lines and all that. Would have been prudent to take action a little bit earlier, but it's all good. Few consumables, I mean, that's what they're there for, right? Perfect. Please stop, last elephant. I don't know how all of the bushes got destroyed in here. We must have made a lot of noise or something, gotten some buddies moving. Because normally I just leave the bushes on either side here in order to let me auto-explore the rest of the level without having to worry about it, but that's fine, I guess. In fact, it does look like we're through the rest of the level. Maybe we'll wait to finish off the elephant palace. Just an elephant party, nothing to see in that room. Move along. Yeah, exactly. No, okay. I almost convinced myself to go back into what we were just saying, but for those of you who haven't experienced this vault, the way I'm pretty sure it works, again, anecdotally here, so much of my experience in this game is anecdotal, but once you reach the end chamber of the palace, all of these jade statues turn into real elephants, oftentimes, if not always, dire elephants. So it's definitely a bit of a tricky fight to get out of. We could just try and sneak in, grab treasure, get the heck out of here. It's always an option. But maybe we'll leave this alone for a little bit for now. We'll save the finishing touches of Layer 6 for a later, more powerful Hal here. And let us see what our options are for the future as well. Definitely could head back out to the dungeon. We know we have a Cyclops waiting for us. We're at least at the stage now where I think they'd do more along the lines of a third of our health rather than half, so woohoo for that. Might be able to get through them in one piece at the very least. We could also start exploring into one of our S branches, which I might do. Specifically, I'm always a big fan of dipping toes into Snake, if just because we're faster than a lot of the creatures in here. The Naga, I guess, to be more specific. And so we do at least have the option to run away if we're not quite as ready as we think we are. But kind of wanted to try out Stomp. Just for fun here, especially like we have a bunch of enemies around. But at the same time, maybe I should sneak up and do some stabbing. Never mind, failed on the first step. That answers that question, simplifies the options here. So we do that, we stomped and we send a shockwave through the revelers around you. Huh. Might be only directly adjacent enemies that are affected by that, which is good to know for the future for sure. Let's take our snake buddies into a corridor though. Man, Mana Viper, you're tougher than I was giving you credit for in my head. Be honest there. Let's do an acid nastiness and 23 damage. You're still not killing me in one hit. Oh, maybe with poison though. Oof. But let's do another acid blast. Let's maybe heal up just the tiniest bit so we're not in one hit range. And I would like to kill you quickly if we could. Let's switch to our sling set, shall we? See how that does. And there we go. Managed to kill the Mana Viper. Let's double check the max damage on a Mamba, but definitely slightly better at 20. For whatever reason, it felt slightly better. Now that we're actually seeing the number and I see that it's almost all of our health. Yeesh. But there we are. Not too shabby. Took out the first batch of snakes. There's a nice indication, though, of maybe how wrong I was in my assessment of snake. But mostly, it's the few turns that we spend doing repositional stuff that we cannot afford to do against some of the tougher enemies we will encounter in our journeys. But once we have entrance into the branch, that should help out. Let's see, do you have any bad chances? 21% chance of virulence? I don't think that's too shabby for me. I don't mind that. Be nice if I could deal any damage to this buddy. There we go. We managed to deal literally some damage. Whoop whoop. So let's switch to our dagger. And oh geez Louise. Force lances. Not something I was accounting for in my mental math here. Let's do a little ring around the rosies here. I'm not doing a good job of ringing around the rosy. Let's take you both up here, shall we? Oh me, oh my. That's fine. I'm gonna do some risky plays here. Again, bringing them into the corner. The only reason why we can afford this little maneuvering tactic is because we have the necklace of the acrobat. We're getting crazy evasion just running away. You need slain so badly. 100% agreed there. At least like a branded sling might be nice. Something like that. But that's fine. We'll leave the S branches for the time being. And we'll head back out to the standard dungeon. See how that treats us there. Again, with the knowledge. No, I don't want to attack the butterfly with my sling. Excuse me, pardon me. That awkward moment when you and the butterfly are sidestepping each other, trying to get by. Let's try that again though, shall we? This time head to D10. And yeah, we know that the main issue that we have to deal with on this next floor is the, whatchamacallem, Cyclops. That's the name. These bad boys here, if we take a look, 35 damage, and then probably that's plus a large rock stat, so Yishka. Oops, let's not waste what few sling stones we have, or sling bullets we have. Instead, we can just resort to using our stones for the time being. Oh wow, quite the party of undead here. Hello, friends. The wraith in front of us, just barely managing to take them out in the process of killing all the others. Ah, I see, it's the undead entrance to Orc. I don't know off the top of my head if that is indicative of the type of orc we'll get as well. I do really love it when you find yourself in some of the rare, like, I don't know, alternative branding for some of the branches in this game. It's cool stuff. Okay, let's take my zombie army up here. I guess I want to keep most of them in sight just in case we get the paralysis thing. Very cool. Very cool indeed. And there we go. Take out the entire crowd. The kind of satisfying use of disguise abilities that we're wanting to pull off in each and every one of these encounters in this game. Alrighty, scroll of identify. Let's just read that right off the floor. Get another scroll figured out as well. We can just wear this ring here. Ooh, a ring of willpower is definitely going to come in handy. Really get that stat ramping up. We find ourselves face to face with a wizard buddy or something ridiculous. Okie dokie. There is our Cyclops friend. Why am I walking towards them? Let's back up a little bit. There we go. Hey, that's not even a third of my health. That ain't nothing, Cyclops. Maybe you should throw bigger rocks. Of course, just kidding. Please don't hurt me. Please, please. They are at least missing us a whole lot more than our first encounter. Save it asking, do we need brilliance? And no, we do not. That is 100% an easy slot for our inventory here. In general, I find myself really bad for always carrying around might and brilliance potions, regardless of which side of the equation I find myself on more often. Jeez Louise, 2 Cyclops on the level, but hey, not too shabby. That buddy at least was out of rocks or something. But I guess before we completely forget that comment, let's toss the brilliance on the floor, shall we? Can always pick it up if we do, for whatever reason, find ourselves switching into spellcasting. But I do not see it very likely that we make good use of that, so perfect. And not too shabby. It was mostly just those Cyclops on this floor at the very least that were scary. Keep it going. We can maybe peek down here, see how D12 and onward looks, because this is, again, where things get a bit scary. Let's back up so we're not taking too many hits from the Orc Warrior. We are currently taking hits from the Orc Warrior, but apparently just tanking them / dodging each and every single one, so I'll take that. He's hiding in the corner as the Orc is like, but friends, where'd you go? There we go. Can we take Orc? Almost definitely. At least Orc 1, I do think we could take. Again, though, I usually find myself going off of, almost more of a flow-based pattern rather than an ideal one in that regard. Let's try the throwing net this time. Okay, get a couple good stabs on. Perfect. Did we... Oh, they broke the net right as we killed them? That is unfortunate.